And you use current music. That's something that I noticed. You use current music. You'll use Queen Latifah, Santana. And the thing that I really enjoyed about that is whenever I would go out and I would hear a song, I would think, oh, that's cha-cha. So
actually, that's another one of Brian's brainchild ideas. He is probably the innovator in a lot of our ballroom dance aspects for both the Aloha Ballroom and Private Image. And one of the reasons I like to use the contemporary and agree with Brian on this is many times ballroom studios will get music that has been changed in tempo so that it fits a particular dance. But in reality, ladies and gentlemen going out to dance will hear the actual song with its real tempo, and rather than to mislead them, I'd like them to know that they can dance to the music. So we play Sinatra, we play, as you mentioned, Queen Latifah. We've had a little bit of everything, Stray Cats, Michael Jackson, Celine Dion, Mariah Carey. I really like to keep it contemporary when I can.
It's wonderful. Another thing you've talked about is a swimming analogy. That to you, dancing is like swimming in that?
In that, it's something you can do for your lifetime, similar also to golf. And dance parallels both of them in that it's a process. You never become the best and you are done. You're always wanting to improve. And the other part that is so unique to this is that people can put in whatever level of physical ability that they have to dance. Because we have some people who have some limitations as they've gotten older that allows them only to go so far. So they do their steps with those abilities, and then there's others who want to put a lot more enthusiasm and have the physical capabilities to do so, and we encourage that as well. So the process continues. I think it's definitely mirrored in our student body, ranging from teenagers through 93. And the 93-year-old, by the way, just started taking dance lessons last year at age 92.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Other passions that you and Brian share are hiking and photography. You love to hike and you love photography.
One of the reasons we chose to live here on Maui, although there are many of them, the obvious ones being our perfect weather here all the time, and obviously our landscape. And that's where our other two passions of hiking and photography come in. Most of the time, Brian likes to photograph nature. I usually am positioned somewhere in front of his camera while he's shooting his nature pictures. And I enjoy all types of photography. But we also like to get to more secluded places. So the hiking and expanding upon that, as I shared with you at some earlier point, right before we moved out here, the night before, we went and purchased hiking gear so that we could rappel down into waterfalls that we probably could not get to by foot. So definitely Brian's always looking for new ways to get around things and get to things and to make things better. And that's just another example there.
And you actually took a few months on each one of the islands? That's correct.
That is correct.
And then in the end, after really taking your time and sampling each one of the islands, you decided Maui's the one for you. What about Maui is special? What is it about Maui that had you move here?
Coming from the New York City area with homes in New Jersey and working in the city of Manhattan, we loved the other diversities of the islands, but really found that Maui had a little bit of everything to offer. It had the serene beauty of the landscape. It had arts and cultural programs to be involved in, and it really kind of rounded out a variety of different activities and interests that we could pursue. Although ballroom dancing was not the reason we came here. This ended up being a point where Brian realized my passion was still there, and it would be a wonderful venue for us to give back to the community. And that's when he felt I should be able to share my ballroom dancing with the community at large. So as we went from island to island, we enjoyed each one, stayed months at each point, but decided Maui and the people. And that was the final point of where we knew, and we absolutely were certain, Maui would be our home. It was the people, the warmth, the sense of community. And that's why when we created and decided to go into the ballroom aspect of giving back, was wanting to reach out to a lot of people to share something that's fun, yet educational and beneficial that they could use forever. We have a lot of students who come as singles, and this is a great way for them to socially network while learning a skill that they can use for a very long time. And for those who are in relationships, partners, whether they're married or otherwise, this is a way to build upon that relationship. It takes a lot of cooperation, patience, definitely trust, and being able to share an activity that you both can do together. And that's pretty unique since we have so many wonderful activities and passions here on the island to get involved with. The dancing is one definitely that the husband and wife can do together.
All of those things obviously go into building a good, successful relationship.
Definitely.
You have said that both you and Brian are success-oriented, that you're, what does that mean to you, that you're success-oriented?
Success for both of us is about being a good person, doing good things, doing our best, and being able to share that with others. And we have found more than the money accrued in the big businesses and in the big city, the large studios I worked at, the great number of students that I was able to, succeed with them at their competitions and all. It really comes down to our personal and inner growth. And with that, we're able to actually enjoy the dance, enjoy the people, and really feel part of the community by giving back. So that to us is success.
It's wonderful, wonderful. On July 8th, you have an event coming up called the Academy Star Ball at the Kailani.
Yes. That is one of our twice annually balls that we host. And at this particular one, we invite special guests of honor to join us from the county. And in the past, it has been the mayor and his wife.
And you said that's one of the few events that he actually comes and stays for the whole
We
time.
are so honored. The mayor comes to the event after he has gotten up at 5 o'clock in the morning to start with one other aspect of our island. And he will arrive a little after dinner, but he will stay until 11 p.m. We are also graced on the dance floor by his presence and his wife's, as they will dance the waltz with Brian and I and start up the rest of the group to do that. So at this particular event, we do performances which students work on, both in group patterns as well as in solo performances. And we have this wonderful dinner, and as you know, the Fairmont Kailani is just such an elegant setting. The ladies dress up in gowns, have their hair done, their nails. It's a very magical night on the island. Gentlemen in not only shirt and ties, as you are presented with here, but also in tails and tuxedos. And it's open to the public. It's just a wonderful venue to watch people enjoy and practice what they've been learning.
So that's July 8th.
July 8th at the Fairmont Kailani.
And we have a clip from last year's event.
Correct. This one is a group performance. It's, I believe, 11 couples. They're going to be dancing the hustle, which is more contemporary disco music. And in this particular one, there was only one couple who had ever danced the hustle before. So in a short period of a few months, the students do extra rehearsals, learn the choreography, and then do the performance as a whole. So this is a culmination of their work.
Well, let's watch this clip.
Okay, great.